So, welcome to this spring newsletter. It's as if we are dancing on a moving carpet. Every day, this week, I've made a different video because day by day things have changed to such an extent that I'm here today to say that we don't know where we're headed. We don't know how things are going to pan out. But what I do know is that the most important thing is that we stay calm and connected. And one of the things that I want to say is when I was in Peru in 2005, the shamans were throwing the cocoa leaves. The cocoa leaves were the way that they divine what's going to happen. It's their way of making prophecies. And back then, as they were throwing the cocoa leaves, they were speaking of a time when there would be great turmoil, upheaval. There would be earthquakes and volcanoes, wildfires and droughts. There would be real upheaval, and the people would be afraid. And I remember saying to them back then, so in these times that are coming, that you're foreseeing, how do we stay safe? How do we keep our families safe? And their response was this: stay connected to Mother Earth. And it was very simple. And I know that for many of us, especially in this tradition, which is an earth-based tradition, we know absolutely that when we're connected to Mother Earth, that we are always exactly where we need to be, in the right place at the right time. How do we connect to Mother Earth? Obviously, we can go out in nature, sit with the trees, listen to the birds, and when we're out in nature, our energy field expands and expands to be able to call in that energy that is available to us. But in this tradition too, the very first thing that we do as one of our rites is to weave the bands of power and the bands of protection into our field, so that we have a black band that connects us to Mother Earth, and we have a red band woven into our field that connects us to the waters of the earth, the oceans, the rivers, and everything that flows. And here we have a golden band woven into our field that connects us to Father Sun. And here we have a silver band woven into our field that connects us to Grandmother Moon and the wind. And here a white band that connects us to Great Spirit. What these bands do, of course, is to help us to connect to these forces of nature. But more than that, as they're woven into our field, we then are woven into the matrix of Mother Earth, because each of these, so earth, water, fire, air, are all part of this great planet, Gaia, that we are part of and that we cannot ever be separate from. Of course, what has happened over many, many years is that we have seen ourselves as separate from the earth, and we've used Mother Earth in a way that has brought us to this situation that we're in now, where everything is so out of balance. And I'm not surprised, and it doesn't surprise me that this coronavirus is helping us. It's a gift in a way to help us to reset, because humanity, what we've seen in these days, these recent days, is probably the best of humanity and the worst of humanity. So the best is that people are coming together and recreating communities that care for each other. I know in my own community here, people are offering to do shopping for each other, for those people who are self-isolating. asking them what they need. Is there anything that can be done? This is all about kindness and being in service to each other. And then there's the opposite of that, which we are also seeing, where people are in a frenzy, buying stuff they don't really need, because there's this scarcity mentality going on. And that's the worst. It's really like, how can I serve you? And on the other hand, how can I only serve myself without regard to anyone else? So what is this? What is this telling us? It's telling us that, it's showing us, how do we really want to be? What kind of world do we want to create? And if this is a reset button, then thank heavens for that we can be still, we can stop, we can reflect, we can come back to ourselves and rethink how we want our world to be. Actually, the old paradigms are crumbling away. I think economically, politically, socially, culturally, every which way you look, things are falling apart. And perhaps that's how it needs to be. I know for myself that all my courses over the next few months are either in jeopardy or cancelled, certainly postponed until this chaos has passed. And you know, from chaos, order always comes. We just have to be patient and kind with each other and compassionate. And so I cannot say, where we will be. I can't say what kind of diary we can present for you, what courses we can have, because we don't know. And this is, everywhere is a great I don't know. What I do know, though, is that we are being asked to come back to ourselves and to be reorganizing our reality. And so I'm here just to wish us all health and well-being and a great sense of connection with each other. We are not separate from each other or from Mother Earth, and I think this is a time to really understand those connections that we have. So I want to say a big thank you to all of you who subscribe to our newsletter. If you are listening to this, then I know absolutely that you are a change maker, that you agreed to be here at this time right now. And so what I believe is, it is time for all of us who have trained for this, have trained ourselves and others on how to be calm in a crisis, how to sit like a still point in the eye of a storm, and also how to model something different. And I want to thank you for all that you do to make a difference in our world, because you are part of the creation of the world that we want to see. And it's time for all of us to step up and do what we're here to do. And so I wish you well, I wish you health, and I wish you everything that you could dream of to make our world a better place. So thank you, and we'll see you somewhere along the path in the near future.